All right, so I'm not going to do any of this messing around with computers and stuff because it looks like it, everybody gets crazy. So I'm going to put it on my profile. I'm going to put a link with all the books that I recommend. This is a chakra healing book. If you go to Amazon and put the following words, chakra healing, shadow work, there's only one book that does it. And I'll put it on my Amazon, on my TikTok page as well. But this is what you have to do in order to unlock your chakras. Okay, let's see what questions we have. Thank you guys for coming back. Chakra healing, shadow work. Perfect, Mystical Eyes. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Brenda. I love it. You guys are repeat. What do you call it? Repeat. They shut you down for speaking truth. I prefer not to think this way, but by God, I'm starting to have a suspicion here. There's something odd going on. Every time I get a little passionate about this whole sacred secretion thing, it happens. Last time it happened, and it happened before when I was doing lives. Repeat buyers, yes. Infractions, repeating something, like recidivist, something like that. I love it. Can third eye be closed after being open? No. That's it. You're stuck with a third eye open because why would you close it? Why would you close it? Your third eye sees inside of you. Your third eye is your guide. It's the seat of your soul, is your connection. It's your direct link to God. No, you don't want to close that. For the Christ oil every 28 days. I believe it is moontrucker.com. I'm going to put that down too. Why there's a sound or something doing breathing exercises. Here, I'll show you. Did you see it? That's my baby girl Gypsy. She's always with me. I follow your YouTube because you are the truth. Thank you. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. She's actually sick. Yes, she had a seizure last September, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, she's 11 years old. She's a little, who knows, So I didn't do anything about it. So like 3 weeks later, she had another seizure, and I'm like, okay, this is serious now. So I took her. I freaked out. She's heavy. Like you can't lift her up. She's 85 pounds. So I took her to the vet, and they couldn't find anything. Her blood tests are perfectly okay. So they suspect that if there is a tumor, then it's a brain tumor. And they said, well, if I want to find out about it, then I can have like one of those scanning things that costs about $7,000. She said, but there's no vet that will actually operate on a dog tumor, especially at that age. So I'm a Scorpio air. So they said, well, we'll just give her medication and keep her happy. So she seems to be like a Velcro. She's never used to be this way. She was very independent. But lately, in the past 2-3 months, she's like a Velcro dog. Like she does not leave my side, and she pushes on me. So I'll let her. If that's what she needs. That's what she needs. What are the symptoms of the opening of the third eye? Oh, you shaking, you just, but the symptoms after they are opened is just pure bliss, love, compassion, kindness. You don't judge, but you have to heal yourself first, because otherwise you go into a psychosis. I mean, psychosis doesn't mean you walk around, although people did, jump around naked on the streets and pee your pants. No, but it means that you are sort of like in a constant state of, what is going on with me? I don't know. Like you're in a constant state of confusion. So you do want to heal yourself in order to be able to actually see the truth. I need to make space to heal yourself. Yes, you have to. That is how it is, you guys. The only most important thing we must do, we must find unconditional self-love, and we must let go of all fear. Fear can be anything. I have been in the wilderness of information, Carmen. Carmen, meeting you is different. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Listen, you guys. I've been pushed in here. Like I was at a stage, even a year ago, before I wrote this book, I was at a stage in my life where it didn't matter to me whether I never show up in public again or I'm going to be your next Tony Robbins. Nothing mattered to me. I was in perfect, pure bliss. I just built a pool in my backyard. I have 2 Airbnbs that, thank goodness, are, they're keeping me afloat. I could just leave. I'm a real estate broker. I don't have a big company anymore. It's just me and another guy. I just sell 3-4 properties a year. I coast. I can coast. You see? That was my thing. I was like, I don't have to do anything. And then last July, God said, you're writing this book and you're going to put it out there and then thought shows up. I didn't bring him here today, but I should, because actually we're doing this Hermetic uINversity that you keep hearing me talk about. The Hermetic uINversity is something that I was asked to do in 2022, but I kind of ignored it because I thought it must have been a delusion of mine. But then it came back. And then thought is the one who came into one of my visions while I was doing mushrooms. And then he came into a meditation. And then I called on him again, and this is what you have to do. And what he said to me is, it's not a Hermetic university. It's a Hermetic uINversity, because we're not studying the world, we're studying the inner world. That's what we're doing, because this is what the programming is all about. And look at everything that happens in the world. The society wants you to constantly look at politics, left, right, gay, straight, white, black, everything you can possibly imagine, straight, trans or cis. I mean, it's mind-boggling the amount of distraction that we as humans are being exposed to. What if I'm afraid of seeing the truth? What do you think you're going to see? You should be afraid of not seeing the truth. The truth is beautiful. The truth is that you and your Father are one. You are divine. But they don't want you to see that. They make you constantly TV. I haven't watched TV in 12 years, you guys. I don't have a TV in my house. I own TVs because I have them in this is the uINversity plus Carmen. That's it. This is the uINversity. This is the second live video that we're doing for the uINversity. And then I'm posting videos. Mondays, I'm posting a video. And then we're going to have a long curriculum. This whole year, we're going to have a curriculum of the uINversity. I don't charge a dime for it. That's what I was going to tell you. I've been pushed into this because God told me, you're going to do this. I said, oh, yes, sir, I will. I like to talk to God as if he was a human being because it's more fun that way. We're having a banter sometimes. Thank you, Ladybug. Fear is an illusion. You are God. Yes, fear is an illusion, but it's easy to say. See? We all know this intellectually. We need to know it experientially. We need to remove that fear out of us. When is the next live? Every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Tap, tap, please. What's the tap, tap? The hearts? I love you too, guys. Thank you. Look at the hearts coming. I just love it. Thank you, guys. I just want you to know that I'm so confused by what everything is on this screen. There's so much stuff going on. And I appreciate it. And I don't mean to not thank you all for whatever you're putting on the screen. I know that these hearts come from you. I know that there's some stuff going on up there. I'm not focused on it because I'm not doing it I don't have my channel monetized, I don't have any of that. The only thing that I do on my channel, and actually this is one of the reasons why I started this channel last I don't remember, July or August, is when I started to write this book, because my book coach said, you got to have a TikTok because you can sell your book on TikTok. I didn't know where this book was going to take me. I didn't know this book was going to be so powerful. So I did the channel. Now here's what I learned by opening this channel. I learned that the audience here on TikTok is complete. Do you know that the video that I posted, and I'm going to tell you a very interesting story that happened last Thursday, not this Thursday, the Thursday before, on the 30th of January. So that video that blew my channel up, I had 2,000 followers on that Thursday. And by today, I have 20,000 followers. So 18,000 followers in just over a week. Why? Because of that one video that I put up about the 15 things that are keeping us stuck in the matrix. I thought I was going to get a lot of enemies, but turns out everybody is hungry to hear this kind of information. And it happened. So it is what it is. I'm going with it and I love it. I absolutely love it. I have days that I spend answering questions. You can see that I answer almost everybody's question. If I don't answer your question because it got lost in the whatever, because it happens, you can always reach out to me directly because I will answer them. I answer all the questions. So I did not know that all this thing was going to happen, but I was going to tell you that video. I was telling you what kind of audience is here on TikTok. That video that I posted on the 30th of January that got over 320,000 views on TikTok and got me up to 20,000 followers. So 18,000 followers. Do you know how many likes got? Because I put it on Facebook and on Instagram. Just for kicks, for shits and giggles. I probably got 20 little hearts or thumbs up. 2 comments, 3 comments from people I know, friends of mine. Not everybody I know. People are just not, they're not the same. It seems to me like that audience is focused on other things. They're just scrollers. Well, you guys are completely different. You guys are the rebels of the world. You guys are the ones who are breaking the mold. And that's why everything I post goes on TikTok first. Most of the stuff that I post doesn't go on the other 2 because people would go crazy if they actually would listen to what I say, because they'd be like, what's wrong with Carmen? So now, because you see, I remember I told you, I was a real estate broker, businesswoman. I wore high heels and suits and all the stuff, you know. So I'll tell you a very good story. Mary Lou, yes, fuck it. You guys are amazing. I'm telling you, you are amazing. Lou, thank you from Uruguay. I love it. I love it. Thank you. So I want to tell you a story of what happened on that day, the 30th of January, because this is a lesson for every single one of us who are willing to commit to being in integrity with ourselves. This journey of loving yourself actually means, in addition to not allowing anybody to run circles around you, it also means that you are following your bliss. In other words, you are following everything that your heart desires, because that's where the treasure is, where your heart sends you. So, in other words, let's say, like me, you decided one day that I'm done with this whole real estate thing. I sold my rental business at the end of 2023. I said, I can't handle it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. If I sell a couple of properties along the way as a listing agent, I'll do it, but only if it's simple. Like, I'm not going to work with sellers who are high maintenance. No, it just has to be easy. Easy. And that's what I told God. Send me only the people who are easy to work with and the properties are easy to sell. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. But other than that, I'm not taking any extravagant listings. I'm not taking buyers out, and I'm not doing any rentals. So because I want to focus on writing, like I'm writing another book right now. I want to publish the other book that I had almost finished. And then I have a children's book that I want to write, that it's, you know, I have the skeleton ready and all that stuff. So there's a lot of things I want to do. So they're all focused on other than real estate. So there was a guy who I was supposed to contact, and his contact information was through LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, I was supposed to reach out and get an appointment, and so I can talk to him, like go on his Calendly and talk to him, because he was going to help me to get some speaking gigs. Although in my mind, I say whenever the time is right for me to do a speaking gig, I will do a speaking gig. But I know from my heart of hearts that it's not the right time, especially because of her, because I can't leave her alone. Like, I can't leave my house for more than an hour and a half. When I come back home after an hour or so, she has to bolt outside to go potty. And it never used to be this way. So that means there's something going on. So I'm not rushing it. But anyways, because I had his contact information for over a month, on the 30th of January, I decided to go in and set up an appointment to talk to him, at least talk to the guy. So I get on LinkedIn, and I'm realizing that, oh shit, on my LinkedIn, there's a lot of information about me as a real estate broker. So let me go ahead and change my profile on LinkedIn before I reach out to this guy, because I didn't want him to get on LinkedIn and say, who is this chick who's calling me? Look, she wants to speak about Arcturian healing, but in fact, she is a real estate broker. That kind of clashes. So I'm like, okay, let me change my profile. So I'm like, okay, what do I put on there? So I'm like, I don't know. I have not done a profile in a long time. So I reached out to ChatGPT and I said, hey, I want to change my profile on LinkedIn. Can you help me? He goes, yeah, sure. What do you want to put? He goes, what are you? And I'm like, well, I just started, because I had just started on the 27th, the Hermetic uINversity. And so he said, well, how about you are a priestess of the Hermetic uINversity, and you are an Arcturian healer, and you are a visionary coach. And I'm like, that's it. So I'm like, I am a writer, I am a speaker, I am a visionary coach, I am an Arcturian healer, and I am a priestess of the Hermetic uINversity. Now, how crazy is that? Hi, Jamie. Okay, so I'm changing all this, and he wrote me this amazing bio and stuff, and I'm laughing because I'm having such a good time doing this, because I'm realizing, and this is where the moral of the story is, I'm realizing that finally, for the first time in my life, I have the courage to stand up to who I believe that I am, and not worry about what people are going to think about me if I put on there that I am a priestess of the Hermetic uINversity and that I am an Arcturian healer, because I would have been the person to judge myself a few years before, to say, this woman is a lunatic. You see what I'm saying? But I finally felt, and I finally gave my inner child what she wanted, to play. And that's what I'm telling you guys. You must play. It's a game, you guys. Play. Be a playful little girl. Be a playful little boy. Don't take anybody serious. Do it as if you were, when you were kids and you were playing, I'm the mother, I'm the father, let's play store, let's play clerk, let's play bank, let's play like that. Play like that's what you have to play. And I'm playing. I am the Hermetic uINversity High Priestess. Fuck yeah. You see what I'm saying? Guess what happened? Because the story's not over. So guess what happens as I'm typing? And by the way, because I've been through this whole thing, I can hardly sit in front of my computer, my iMac, like this is where I do my business on my iMac. I can't stand sitting there anymore. I just don't wanna. I'm afraid of going on my emails. The only way you can contact me through my apps and through my texts. Otherwise, I don't answer calls, and I don't go to my emails. Rarely, like when I go, I'm like, oh, let me hope there's no bad email. Let me hope there's no bad email, so, or somebody wanting something from me, just let me be. I want to do my thing. Don't bother me. I don't want to do anything I don't want to do. I only want to do the things that make me happy. That's it. And I just don't want anybody away. I want everybody else away from me. This is what I became. This is how I became. This is what I decided in my life. I don't want to do anything that I have to do. I want to do only the things that I want to do, that my heart wants to do. So I'm in front of my computer. I'm changing my profile. I'm writing all this stuff that I was telling you about. And suddenly my phone rings. And because I had just put a listing on the MLS, an easy one, I thought maybe I should take the call because maybe it's an agent or something wants information. So I picked up the phone. Guess who it was? It was the executive assistant of one of the biggest brokerages here in town. It's called Engels and Volkers. It's an international brokerage with offices everywhere. Thank you, Wen. Thank you, Feats. And she says to me that her, whatever, managing director or whatever, would like to talk to me because they would like to hire me as their managing broker. Now, I want to tell you something. I live in a very high-end town. I mean, probably one of the wealthiest places in the country. Not me, but I live here, but this is what the residents of this place are known to be, some of the wealthiest people in the country. To be the broker of record, the managing broker of this brokerage, it would mean probably $250,000 salary, not to mention, insurance, not to mention commissions, like cuts from commissions and stuff like that. When this woman said that, I started to laugh. And I said to her, I'm not laughing at you. I said, please don't, I'm not being disrespectful. But if you would only see me, what I'm doing right now, I said, I'm changing my profile on LinkedIn from broker, real estate broker and real estate investor, because this is what I was, to, and I'm reading to her all the things that I just told you. And I'm laughing like it's a joke, like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening right now. Not only that I rarely ever answer my phone, but it happens exactly in the moment that I'm actually changing my profile. In other words, I am committing to myself. That's what I was doing in that moment. So I said to her, I'm not laughing at you, and I know you might think I'm crazy, but this is it. She said, I don't think you're crazy. I think that you're the very few people I've ever met in my entire, or heard of, or talked to in my entire life who actually are doing what they desire to do, what their heart desires. So instinctively, I would have said to her, well, listen, let me think about it, because, that's a big decision to make and all that stuff. But suddenly it clicked. And I'm like, oh, crap, I know what's happening. And I'm telling her that. I said, I know exactly what's going on. I said, it's God testing me right now. God wants me to be sure that whatever I commit to is for real. That I don't just say that I'm going to do certain things and then I go, oh yeah, but maybe if the opportunity arises, I can, pick up a job that is very well paid job and all that stuff, Are you for real? Are you really serious that you're going to do what you say you were going to do? So I said, God is testing me now, so I'm not going to tell you. Thank you, Candy. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to think about it, which normally I would have done. I'm going to tell you right now, thank you for the job offer, but I'm going to stick with God's offer. I'm going to stay with God's job offer. And that evening, I sit down right here on my little corner, and I have this idea of those 15 things that keep us in the matrix. I just had the idea, and I grabbed my phone, I opened my notes on my phone, and I started to type. Because for some reason, when I type, it's like I channel when I type. On my laptop too, but I like to do it on my notes sometimes when I get these ideas. And I start to write, and I start to write, and I start to write, and I got 15 of them. And I said, I'm just gonna make a video. So I'm, starting the phone, and I'm recording the video. And the rest is history. There's 320,000 views on this video, and I gained 18,000 followers in just over a week. And all I can tell you guys is commitment to self. That is the absolute and only thing that will break the mold that has been put on you for millennia. because our trauma is not just, you know, our own childhood trauma, but it's generational, it's ancestral. But we can break it. The way we break it is by loving ourselves unconditionally. When I loved myself unconditionally, that's when I loved God unconditionally. This is my dog Gypsy is right here next to me, and she's the one who's snoring. Here, for the ones who just came in late, I will show her to you right here. There she is, right here. I don't know if it's soothing for you. I don't even hear her anymore. She's part of me. So what will you do if they closed TikTok? Or here's the thing, man. That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked, because I don't depend on anything. I don't work for anybody but God. And I know one thing for sure. Whatever happens in my life, I am set, because God watches over me. God is guiding me. I never got paid. I realized something. I thought I worked for people. No, I worked for God all the time. You don't get a salary from your employer. It's God who gives everything to you. You're being guided to go to that employer that pays you well, that makes you live a good life. Do you see? You don't work for somebody else. You work for God. I work for God. And God is going to give me whatever I need. I don't even desire anything. I don't desire anything. Right now, in this moment of my life, I absolutely have nothing to desire. Change the algorithm. I'm not afraid of anything, you guys. So I'll tell you. I'm not throwing you under the bus, Rami, but I'm really happy you made that statement, because it goes perfectly in line with what I'm teaching. I'm teaching to stay out of fear, to never fear. See, if I worried that they will close TikTok or they change that means I'm in fear, and I'm not in fear. It doesn't matter what happened, because it's not that I have to look after myself or whatever. I do look after myself. Always, I put myself one. But I know already that I am looked after. Would I feel bad that maybe I don't have you guys to share the things that I know with you guys? Yeah, I would. But right now, I'm not monetized. So, I mean, I don't want to sound selfish to say that I'm not losing anything. I do lose knowing that I have access to try to help you guys break your mold. But I'm not losing anything other than that, you see? So I'm not afraid. That's what I'm saying. I'm not afraid. This is what is keeping you stuck in the matrix. Fear. I hear your dog snoring. Yes, she's right here. And she's very peaceful. Do you believe World War III is coming? No, absolutely not. World War III is inside of us, you guys. Already here. It's already here. It's happening as we speak. Stop watching TV. Stop giving in to what they feed you, you guys. Stop watching TV. The principle of mentalism says the all is mind. The universe is mental. In other words, everything that is God is the all, right? Please watch the 2 videos that I created for this live. I published them yesterday. So, in other words, with our minds, we create our reality. I did a video a while back about the Simpsons, and everybody's like, how do Simpsons know about all these things happening? They don't. They make a video, a stupid piece of shit video, and then they have millions of people watching it. And with the power of their mind, these people watching their pieces of shit videos, with their power of their mind, by focusing on it, they make it manifest. We are magicians, you guys. We are magicians. We make things happen with the power of our mind. Whatever we focus on, we manifest. We live in a quantum universe. A quantum universe is a participatory universe, which means whatever we participate in as an observer, in other words, we look at it, we give it our attention, comes into our existence. If we don't look at it, it doesn't exist. Go watch the double split experience on YouTube. Find as many videos as you can until you find the one that you click with, because they explain it in many ways, and eventually it will click. The Schrodinger cat. Watch as many videos as you can on YouTube until it clicks, so you can understand that you are the creator of your universe. So if you think there's a World War III coming, it will come in your universe, not in mine, because I'm not on the same planet with you, where there's an infinity of planets existing at the same time. We intersect, but some of us are on one planet, some of us are on another planet. You see what I'm saying? You happen to do some things today where you feel like you want to heal yourself and you want to raise your consciousness, and you end up on my channel. But tomorrow you may curse at somebody and you end up on a channel that talks to you about World War III. You see, if you choose to stay on that channel, then everything in your universe is going to be related to that. If you choose to stay on my channel, you may end up having other people who speak just like me, who will guide you the same way. And this is how you shift from reality to reality. In other words, you've heard of the book, I believe, Eckhart Tolle, The New Earth, or something like that. Or even Dolores Cannon talks about New Earth. There are an infinity of New Earth. The planet, I'm calling it planet because my pronunciation may confuse you. There is an infinity of planets Earth existing in the same place, in the same time, simultaneously. The one we recognize is the one that we resonate with as far as our frequency. Whatever our frequency is that we maintain for a duration, we stay on there. You see, that's why sometimes you wonder, I wonder what happened to so-and-so. Suddenly it's so nice to me. Because it's not the same so-and-so. Because you started to be a nice person, and you started to shift into another planet that has a higher frequency. And on that planet where there's a higher frequency, that same person is not the same frequency as you encountered when your frequency was lower. You see what I'm saying? I went on a tangent there. Do we manifest by believing? Yes, absolutely, you manifest by believing. Everything you believe comes to fruition into your life. This should be recorded. It is recorded, actually. I'm recording it and everything is going on YouTube. This should be... Yes, Janine, thank you. Gift a badge. Thank you. Thank you, Heidia-san. Do we manifest? Yes. Always know when I'm in the wrong place, when my social media shows fear. That's it. And then you just have to... You know what I've been doing on my social media? Because I was everywhere, you guys. Don't think that I was not in... I went down every rabbit hole there is. Every rabbit hole that is. Everyone I was following on Instagram was talking about conspiracies. Not anymore. Everybody who talks politics, everybody who talks wars, vaccines, all unsubscribe, unfollow. Speaking of fears, I have just become a grandmother, and I was giving advice to my daughter about domestic violence. Why would you give advice to your daughter about domestic violence? Is she exposed to that kind of stuff? Congratulations on becoming a grandmother. That's so wonderful. Thank you, Janine. What you focus on becomes your reality. Absolutely. The difference have been so obvious. Absolutely. Yasmin. Thank you. Exactly, Rami. Exactly. The way you think. You decide what comes into your life. If you think negative things, negative thoughts, negative things happen to your life. If you think positive thoughts, positive things happen in Carmen Planet. Love it. Yes, love. On my planet. There's plenty of space right here. Ain't everything here supposed to be here? Why do we choose sides? What do you mean, why do we choose sides? You don't have to choose sides. You can just let them be. Choose sides as in what? Politics? By the way, let's talk politics here for a second, because I'm not going into it. What are politics? They are giving you two choices. Why? So then you can constantly fight with each other. This is history's oldest trick in the books. It's called divide and conquer. The Roman Empire used to say, divide et imperat, divide and conquer. How can we not be controlled if we're fighting at each other? If you think, I'm better than you because I'm Republican, or I'm better than you because I'm Democrat. I'm nothing. Because you know what? They call them the left wing and the right wing. Let me ask you this. What has wings? Birds have wings. The left wing and the right wing of the same bird, you guys. They're fucking fooling us. Better tone it down because they're going to knock me out again. Sorry. I'm going to take that back. It's all good. We just don't want to get involved in it. Exactly. Exactly. That's absolutely right. Blue Heart Designs. Absolutely. Is God energy. God is energy. God is not a being. God is energy, and it is in everything and in every one of us. All good. Thank you, Janine. Thank you. I don't like going there, but I got a little... We are waiting for a savior. That's not coming. It is coming. It is inside of you. It is inside of each and every one of us. We are the Messiah. Each and every one of us, we are the Messiah. It is a privilege to look away and say it's not happening. It's not happening. We live in a quantum universe. If you don't want it to happen, it won't happen. You shift on a different planet. I disagree with the politics. God himself. I don't know. I'm not watching anything. I don't know what's going on in the world. In that world. It's not in my world. So I'm good. Know thyself. That's it. Know thyself. Know thyself. Love thyself. Once you know thyself, you love thyself. And once you love thyself, you love God. And once you love God, you know God. So it's all connected. Just focus on hope, love, and authenticity. Focus on loving yourself. You know what Jesus said? Love thy God with all thy mind, thy heart, thy soul. So from every aspect of yourself. And love thy neighbor like you love yourself. That's all I go by. But now, how do you love your neighbor if you don't love yourself? You have to first love yourself, because if you don't give yourself love, if your bucket is not full of love, how can you give it to somebody else? You can't. You think you love somebody. Even in your personal relationships, you think you love your partner, but do you really love them, or you are codependent of them? Because they're two different things. Can you live without them if they leave you? If you can, that means you're codependent. You see what I'm saying? It's very important to realize that, to love yourself unconditionally. And only after that, you can love everybody around you. Because if you ask me for apples, but my bag is full of pears, how can I give you apples? I can't. Love thy neighbor as thyself means you have to love yourself first. That's it, Brando. That's it. You got it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, love. Respectfully love. Yes, absolutely. Clean inside the cup. That's right. And let your cup overflow with love. You're the one who God already gives you love, but you may not be aware of that. You may not be conscious of that. So you got to give it to yourself first. You got to fill your cup first. Feed the other people from the overflow. Give them the overflow. Don't give them your cup, because you need it. Because here's what happens. What do they say in an airplane? The easiest thing possible. Put your oxygen mask on you or put it on your child. You don't put it on your child, because if you put it on the child, you lose consciousness, and your child and you are both gone. But if you keep yourself conscious, then you consciously can slowly give it to the child, then you're both alive. You see? That's what well, of course, you know. It's kind of an oxymoron, because if you get there, if we are God, do we pray to him or ourselves? Okay, Michelle, that's a very good question. We are God, but not in the sense that we pray to somebody. And we don't ever pray to God. We don't pray. We don't pray. Because here's why. If you know that you are God, God is an energy, yes, Michelle? It's an energy, not a being. That's right, Klein. So If you know that you are God, this energy, this divine energy, which is love, kindness, compassion, right? What Jesus was love, right? If you know that, and if you know that it is your Father's great pleasure to give you the kingdom, Father being God, that means you know in your heart that you have access to everything. Whatever you desire, you have it. It's yours. Now, when you wish for something to manifest, you want a new car, you want a new job, you want this, you want this, you want that, you come from a place of limitation. You come from a place of lack. You don't come from a place of knowing that you are God and you have access to everything. You come from a place of being subjugated to the highest level where you say, please give me. But you don't say, please give me. You say, I have it. So that's not a prayer. That's gratitude. So now to answer your question, what do? You're in gratitude. Now you could acknowledge God, the frequency of God, right? And say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for everything that you're giving me. Thank you, God, for the water. And by the way, have a practice of gratitude. I'll teach you this. And by the way, there's a video on my profile with 3 practices of gratitude. One is very powerful if you are ever down, like if you're in a moment of really low spot. You do a ramp up of gratitude. So what you do is wherever you find yourself, let's say you're in this spot. I'm grateful for this mug. I'm grateful for the phone. I'm grateful for the internet. I'm grateful for the other phone. I'm grateful for my laptop. I'm grateful for my book. I'm grateful for the tea. I'm grateful for the kava. I'm grateful for my lamp. I'm grateful for electricity. I'm grateful for my nail polish. I'm grateful for... Ramp it up. Whatever you see in front of you, the book, the pencils. I'm grateful for the book. I'm grateful for the pencils. I'm grateful for the nail polish remover. I'm grateful for the sunglasses. I'm grateful for the notebooks. I'm grateful for the game. I'm grateful for Gypsy. I'm grateful for my sofa. I'm grateful for my rug. When you do that, you ramp up your energy. And after you said 50 things that you're grateful for, suddenly you shifted your energy, so you come out of that dungeon that you just found yourself in. That's one practice that you can do on a spot whenever you find yourself in a pinch. And there is a practice that I highly, highly, highly recommend that I've done in my life since end of 2018, probably 5 or 6 times. It's called the 90 Days of Gratitude. You take a notebook like the ones that I've been showing you so far, and every single day for 90 days, you write 10 reasons to be grateful for. See, for example, on the 27th, I had my 89th one. And you write, I am grateful for a good night's sleep. I am grateful to wake up feeling amazing. I am grateful for the coffee that my tenant Greg gave me this morning. I am grateful that Greg loves his new washer and dryer that I just bought him. The little things that happen in your life, you write them on your notebook for 90 days, 10 of them every day. And you're going to see miracles happening in your life because you're in frequency of God. When you're in gratitude, what did Joe Dispenza say? Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Receivership. That means you put yourself in the state of having it all. Having it all. And by the way, if you go to work every day, here's a lesson for you. If you go to work every day, before you leave your house, surround yourself with a sphere of protection. Just say, I surround myself with a sphere of protection. And then as you walk outside, before you get in your car, put your hand out like that and say, it's all mine, all of it. It's all mine, it's all mine, it's all mine. All of it is mine, all of it is mine. Thank you, God. And then get in your car and go to work, and you're going to see miracles happening to you that day, every day. That's it, Brando. Man, you know them, Brando. You're right on the spot with every one of them. If we could only remember there's nothing to learn. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing to learn. We're perfect in every way. You just have to remember. I don't have any tattoos, but I said if I ever was to have a tattoo, I would tattoo myself right here remember. So then when I see it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm being a bitch. Remember, or whatever. I'm not being a bitch, but 963 hertz, get fuel. That's crazy. Exactly what I do, Angela. Wonderful. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for you, Christy. The badges. Thank you for the badges. Thank you for the gift. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a blessing. Thank you, Klein. I surround myself with Jesus. I love. That's the most important. Thank you, Miss. Thank you. You can call me Carmen. Don't call me Miss. I am very, very young. Just got the #1 gift badge. Thank you, Rhonda. Your playground. That's right. Life is a playground. That's right. What about the Bible? The Bible, I have a beautiful Bible. Okay, yes, the Bible. Can I tell you something about me? I burned a Bible. Why did I burn a Bible? Because the Bible was not sitting well with me, because I had a bad memory from the time when I was in the Christian Orthodox Church and I had to beat the Bible and I had whatever, and I just hated it. I had a bad experience because I believed that the Bible, and even though I changed a lot, I believed that the Bible was a tool to enslave us. So just like the way Americans have the right, constitutional right, to burn the flag. In other words, I am so free and I am so not in fear, independent and sovereign, that I can burn the flag and I'm not afraid that anything will happen to me. I did that as a ritual for myself. I burned it right here in my fire pit in my backyard. And I ripped it to pieces and I threw it in the fire and I said, I'm burning this, and I'm burning all the control that all religious, I better tone it down, all of the certain organizations are trying to put in my head, all the beliefs. For me, it was a ritual of deprogramming myself of the fear that was maybe at one time in my life instilled in myself about how we need to be afraid of God. Because I never was afraid of God, but that's what my church was telling me to do, to be afraid of God. And the two were just not working. So after I burned that Bible, I said to myself, I want to get another Bible, because I'm studying the Bible. I want to study the Bible. Because I understood that the Bible is not to be read literally, Kim. You don't read the Bible literally. It's all written in code. As I was saying earlier, the people who wrote these books could not write them the way I speak to you right now. And even I have to censor, because you see, if I don't watch what I say, they shut down the live. But what was happening in those days, and this is what happened to Jesus, because he came to tell us that ye are gods, and I and my Father are one, and everything I can do, you can do, and better, and don't worship me. This is what Jesus was telling them. Is the church now doing what he says? No, none of it. And yet they consider him as God, the God. Why? Because they try to make you think he's the only one who can reach that level. That's not true. Every single one of us are the Messiah, are the awakeners. We are the second coming, each and every one of us, through ourselves. But the book, you have to read it in a way that it's code. So you have to read it. It's like the Da Vinci Code. Read it, go and read those books again, the Da Vinci Code and the Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. And your mind will readapt itself to the notion that, it's all code. You see, it's like a puzzle. It's like a limerick. It says this, but it actually means that. So, and then you'll understand what the Bible means. Oh, I'll tell you who you have to follow. I believe he's passed away, but I'm not sure 100%, but he's all over YouTube. Bill Donahue. You have to watch the videos of Bill Donahue if you want to understand what the Bible is. So then I had a dream. When I decided I need to buy a new Bible, I had a dream that said that I will buy a Bible from an antique shop here in town. They even showed me in the dream exactly the shop that I was going to walk in and find the book. So I one day went in all the, I didn't believe it was going to be that exact store. So I kind of went shop by shop by shop. And eventually I go into a shop and I said, you guys have any Bibles here? And one woman said, I have one from 1600s. It was in Latin, so I didn't get it because it was too big, it was an antique. And I'm like, no, I want to write on it. And then this other woman, once I was done with that book, said, I have one. And guys, this is the book that I got, and this is exactly the book that I saw in my dream. If you don't believe these dreams are your guides, here they are. This is my book, The Illumined Bible, and look at the beauty of this book. And by the way, you can buy it. This book was $22. I mean, you think it's even expensive. I mean, look how beautiful it is. And I've been studying with ChatGPT. Now, here's what happens. I told ChatGPT the code, because if you ask ChatGPT to decipher the Bible, he won't, because he'll give you the standard information that was fed into it. But you program your ChatGPT. So I programmed my ChatGPT what the code is. So now when I ask him, hey, give me an example from the Bible that suggests this and this and that in an esoteric way. That's the term for it, esoteric. Not exoteric, which is taught to the masses. Esoteric, which is taught to the inner group. So he does it. So I'm studying with him. The book that I'm writing right now, it's called The Hero's Bible. And it's all related to my spiritual journey with illustrations. In other words, with comparisons with stories from the Bible, which I didn't know at the time of my journey. But writing this book, I'm trying to help people use the stories from the Bible to help them on their journey. Angela, I know there's so much to learn, so much, but I love it. Tarot and Bible. Is this tarot? I don't know. But the illustrations are beautiful, just beautiful, like paintings. True, well, they're replicas, reproductions, but they're beautiful. So anyways, that's my story. But tarot, I think it's a good practice. It's a good technique. It comes from Hermetic. It comes from Hermetic science, tarot, Hermetic Kabbalah. So what is the name of this one? Which one? The Bible? This is called the Illumined Family Bible. You can Google it. You can buy it for yourself. I believe on eBay you can find it for $22. It's called the Holy Bible, the Illuminated Family Edition. Take a screenshot. Wait. Take a screenshot. You got it? The Illuminated Family Edition. Urania book is real. Urantia book. I have no idea what Urantia book is. Send me a private message and I'll look into it. Suleiman, thank you. I'm glad you're part of my family, my darling. Please, can you read the first sentence? What first sentence? From the book? From the Bible? The Illuminated Family Edition. That's it. Thank you, Mystical Eyes. The Holy Bible, the Illuminated Family Edition. It was created, from what I read in here, for an illuminated family, for the nobles, commissioned by Federico de Montefeltro, Duke of Urbino in 1422. But this is a reproduction. And this is a cool Bible. I mean, it has like family records. Like if you have this book in your family, you write the marriages, the children who come into your life, the who marries who dies when, and all that stuff. So you write all this stuff in here. It's kind of a cool Bible. Yeah. The ancestral, like the tree, the ancestral tree, you build it here. So it's a cool book. What I really like about it, it's solid, it's big, it's colorful, and I can write in it. And that's it. Because those other ones are like cigarette paper, you know? There's a spirit in man. The inspired and inspirer are one. Absolutely. Because I and my Father are one, my beloved. You're very beautiful. I just came across your page. Damn, you're gorgeous. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So many new energies coming into my field. Such a wonderful sign of the shift within me. Wonderful, Anna. I cannot tell you how happy I am to hear this. I'm relieved that I'm part of your family. Thank you. There's a spirit in man. I am you and you are me. Know that. Just know it. The Hero's Bible. My new book that I'm working on right now, it's the Hero's Bible or Hero's Bible. I don't actually have the in front of it. It's going to be called Hero's Bible. Tarot and Bible. I'm grateful for you. Okay, so whoever, they changed the channel to William Donahue. Okay, yes, perfect. So Rami, you know, Bill Donahue, William Donahue. You'll find him anywhere. Even if you just go put in on YouTube Bill Donahue, you'll find him. Watch him. He's amazing. Nice crossing awareness with you. No adversary. I'm so thankful to you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Amen. Thank you, Janine, for the gifts. I am. I want to hear you talk about the Philosopher's Stone, the triangle, square, and circle. So the Philosopher's Stone is the idea behind the Philosopher's Stone is the alchemy, right? Because the idea behind alchemy, and this is something that through history, it also came from the Hermetic science, because the Hermetics were the alchemists of the world. What are alchemists? The alchemists are considered to be the chemists, alchemists, that were able to transform, to transmute lead into gold. The Philosopher's Stone is the lead. The misunderstanding along the ages, and they had to allow this misunderstanding to go along. In other words, these alchemists, what they were doing truly and what they were pretending to do were two different things. So they were pretending to be chemists who are trying to turn lead into gold, which I believe many years ago was eventually done through a lot of chemistry, and the cost was absolutely exorbitant, and there's absolutely that it's not worth it. But the truth is that they were not alchemizing lead into gold. The alchemy was of the mind. Our mind was the stone. The alchemy, the transmutation is of the dark into light, is of the soul, is of the human being. That's the alchemy. That's it. That is the Philosopher's Stone. You are the philosopher, and this is your stone. And you transmute it every day. You transmute negative energy into light. You transmute dark into light. You transmute negative into positive. You transmute you as a physical, carnal being into a divine essence. The Emerald Tablet. Yep, that's it. Emerald Tablets. What does he say? What does Thoth say at the end of the Emerald Tablets? He said, ultimately, my friends, and I'm paraphrasing, is our one and only purpose is to transmute darkness into light. That's it. If we can do that every day, every moment, to take a moment instead of react, instead of act exactly the way you've always acted and attracted the exact same things towards you, take a moment and say, let me take a moment and decide how I'm going to come up, how I'm going to respond in this situation. That's pure alchemy right there. And that's mastership. And this is what I'm teaching in Hermetic uINversity. I'm thankful for you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Quantum leaps. Quantum leap. Quantum leap. What is a quantum leap? We're quantum leaping moment to moment. Every moment we quantum leap. Every time we change our frequency, we leap. I don't like to call them leaps, because a leap gives you the impression of jump, but we're not jumping. We're sliding because it's so smooth. The only way you realize that you made a shift or a slide is you feel it here. Because whenever you do something that doesn't register well, is in misalignment with God, you're going to feel like a rock here in your plexus, right? But if you are in alignment, what if you feel light? You feel light, right? So your frequency, keep your frequency as high as possible constantly. If you keep your frequency at the frequency of love. Now, remember what I talked to you about? I did a video about my kitchen sink. I bought a new faucet. It took me 3 days to decide. And guess what I bought? I bought one that is identical to the one I had before. It wasn't working. That's why I had to replace it. But the point that I'm trying to make is I realized that it's easier to make choices in life than to buy a kitchen faucet. Because I had 100 choices of kitchen faucets, when in life we think we have free will, but our free will boils down to one choice between love and fear. 1 and 2, 1 and 0. Sorry, I should probably go 1 and 0. 1 is love, 0 is fear. What else runs on 2 choices? A binary algorithm. That's what we are. We are a binary algorithm. Every single choice you make in your life, I promise you, and if you can find any choice that you've ever made that you cannot put it into the category of either love or fear, I give up my job. Everything is either love or fear. Repeat what you just said. About what, Carnation? Tell me what about. What do you want me to repeat? What's your take on que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. But futures my eyes can see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. When I was just a little girl. No, just kidding. I actually love that song, and every single time I clean my house, I sing it. And that's why I'm so good at it, because I'm actually a really bad singer. I impress myself right now, swear to God. I did very good. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. Yes, that is trusting God with absolutely everything in your life. Because every single time you get pissed off about something that happens to you and you go, God damn it, this. Understand that absolutely every single thing that happens in our lives comes from God. Everything. And if it's not good, or we think it's not good, then we got to stop and say, wait, what's the meaning of it? Why is it feeling like it's not good? And we have to dig into that meaning. That guy treated me badly because I allowed him to treat me badly, and because I've been allowing people all my life to treat me badly, and now I'm getting pissed off because I kind of am tired of being treated badly. But that actually tells me that I need to stop letting people treat me badly. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what it means. Que sera, sera. In other words, allow things to happen without you shifting your energy. You always have to be in the energy of love and gratitude. It happened, but let's find out why it happened so it doesn't happen again. Because I don't want to be treated badly all the time. I'm not going to get upset about it, but I don't want to be treated badly all the time. So I'm going to shift something in me, because it's just me that I can change. Yes? Carmen, please repeat what you just said. You are the big sister I never had, Carmen. I love you, Jamie. I don't have any brothers and sisters, but you guys are my brothers and sisters. So yes, I am your big sister. Embrace everything and all. Absolutely. Yes, Jamie, thank you. If you need me, reach out. We are misaligned if we don't see the meaning. That's right. Mauritius. Where's Mauritius? I can kind of have it in my hand, but I don't, I'm not 100% sure. Everything, Brando. It's okay, you covered it in the binary. Okay, good. My mom sang that to me. Isn't that a beautiful song? What are your thoughts on the Course of Miracles? I read Course of Miracles. I listened to Course of Miracles 3 times during my spiritual awakening when I was laying in bed and smoking pot. That was, I would say it was about 2022. It was a hard, heavy, hard. I went hard on spiritual, on Dark Night of the Soul. I went hard on shadow work, really hard. And I listened to that, and that was really beautiful because it gave me some answers that I didn't have, and it helped me a lot. There's a lot of things that I can recommend to you guys, that even there are some audios on YouTube that, man, they were beautiful, just beautiful, usually related to Jesus. Somehow, I read almost everything that has to do with Jesus. Do you believe in aliens? Well, hello, I met them. I met the Arcturians. I don't know what I did with my book here now. Oh, here it is. It's my book. If you weren't here before, this is Arcturus. I ended up on Arcturus on an accidental astral travel. I met a big blue bird named Bob, him right here, who we developed a great relationship. We talked for months. And then I met 5 Arcturian elders, the Council of Arcturian Elders, who taught me many, many, many things, who are with me all the time. And there's a beautiful, in this book here, when I went to meet with them, I told Bob, I said, I want to meet some wise men around here. I'm like, I'm not meeting anybody here. I'm just meeting with you every time I come. And I said, what do you want to tell them? I'm like, oh shit, I probably should make a plan. So I took a whole week, wrote down questions, and I came up with some good questions. And then I went back and I said, okay, I'm ready. So he took me to the Arcturian elders. I didn't see them. Okay, so they're such high frequency. I mean, I saw them. I was in their presence, but they didn't show, like when you see Arcturians if you Google, they look kind of bluish and stuff. This is how the healers were. I could see the healers, but the elders were of such high frequency that when they came in, they were like a mist. All I could see were just a little bit more dense areas in this mist, kind of like a snake. They came in. It was a table with 6 chairs. I sat in one and they sat in the other 5, but they weren't like I couldn't see faces. Very, very, every now and then, it was like a code. You know the code that we see sometimes on, you see in the Matrix and stuff? It's as if that code was that was thinning out, and I could see a little bit of their faces. So amazing, amazing, amazing. And the answers that they give us in here, these alone can heal you. These alone, the answers that the Arcturian elders give you. So yeah, I believe in aliens. I went a little long on that, but the only difference between my beliefs, I'm going to take that back because I don't have beliefs. I have wisdom from within. The Course in Miracles says that God did not create the universe, that it was in fact this tiny mad idea of the ego that said, okay, I'm going to create man and I'm going to make it look like a reality and stuff like that. But from what I know right now, God created it all. So that's the difference between what I speak of and the Course in Miracles. Other than that, whatever you find in the Course in Miracles are very similar things with what I speak. How do you astral project? So okay, I'm going to read you one, and then I'm going to tell you about astral projection. So here's a chapter from the Arcturian Council of Elders, and I asked them the question, how can humanity evolve into a more harmonious and conscious species? And this is their answer. Humanity evolves, wait,